Hi everyone, thank you for joining. My name is Kim Nelson. Today is August the 18th, 2020. Yep, 2020. That's a year that we're going to remember for a long, long time. A lot going on in our world in 2020. And there's a lot going on in the real estate industry here in Arizona. I wanted to share some of that information with you because it's hot off the press. You know, I hate to turn into too much of a geek here, but let me just tell you, this is very valuable information and it's very, very accurate. The information I'm about to share with you today are market statistics for the Phoenix metro area. This data is gathered from the Arizona Regional MLS system. It's every house that was listed and sold in the Phoenix metro market. Everything from the time it takes to sell it to the amount it's sold for to any other bit of data that you could imagine. I'm going to share with you at least the majority, the high points of this today because I find it very fascinating. You know, I started in this real estate business a little over 30 years ago. And back then we had challenges that we don't have today. Obviously, we have some challenges today that we didn't even dream of back then. You know, back 30 years ago, we were dealing with double digits interest rates. Buyers had to have 20% or more down to buy a home. It was tough, but we made it through. We made adjustments as we needed to. We made it through, and here we are in 2020. Well, today we have a COVID-19 pandemic going on worldwide. And here in Arizona, we had a rough stretch for a while. But all in all, I learned over 30 years ago that when people ask you, how's the real estate market? You can always answer with one simple statement: unbelievable. It's either unbelievable good or it's unbelievable bad. Either way, it's unbelievable. Well, right now, our market is unbelievable good. And I'm going to share with you some of those stats. Let me just start by telling you that in the month of July, we had over 10,300 sales in the month of July in our market. Now, that compared to a year ago we had 9,192 sales. So we had more sales in July of 2020 than we did in 2019. As a matter of fact, we're up 12.1% year over year. There were 1,100 more homes sold in the month of July of 2020 versus July of 2019. That leads me to the next statistic that I think you might find of interest. You know, it's all about supply and demand, right? Supply and demand. Well, right now, our demand is high and our supply is low. And that leads it to more of a seller's market, right? Well, here are some statistics that I think might help you understand that a little bit better. Our new inventory in July of 2020 was 9,550 units or homes. A year prior, it was 8,460. So we had more new inventory brought on the market in July of this year than we had a year prior. But I told you inventory was down. Inventory is down. Total inventory is down. And I'm going to share that stat with you here in just a moment. But new inventory was up in July. People are saying, whoa, homes are selling for more money. They're selling faster. This is a hot market. I think I'm going to get my house on that market right now. So they did. And consequently, over 1,000 more came on board in the month of July this year. Now, total inventory, I told you, is down. July of 2019, inventory was a little over 18,000. We have some months with over 20,000 units in total inventory. Today, July of 20, inventory was down to 13,000. 13,006 to be exact. That means our total inventory decreased a year-over-year amount of 27.8%. So total inventory down 27.8%, and that leads us to the monthly supply. We have an inventory supply generally somewhere between 2 and 3 months inventory supply. Today we're at 1.26. Inventory is down. Sales prices are up. Lower inventory, less supply, homes are selling faster, homes are selling for more money, and I don't want to forget, interest rates are the lowest they've been in over 50 years. I'll tell you more about that in just a moment, but all this leads to an unbelievable market. I told you 1.26 is our average month supply of inventory. That's significantly down. New list price. List price in 2019, the average list price in our market was $325,000. In 2020, that increased to $418,200. Yep, you heard me right, folks. The average list price in July of 2020 versus July of 2019 was up 15.7% year over year. That's almost $100,000 more for the average listing in 20 versus 19. Does that excite you? Maybe $100,000 more on average from 19 to 20. Another statistic that I wanted to share with you is the average sales price is also up year over year. The average list price was up, but the average sales price is up also. In 2019, the average sales price was $315,000. In 2020, July 2020, the average sales price was $391,600. So from $315 to $392 almost. That is 14.6% increase. You know, there's one other stat here that I think you might find of interest, and that is the sales price forecast. Excuse me, the sales price forecast for August versus July is down a little bit. In other words, we will have less homes on the market. They're selling faster. They stayed at a higher rate when we had a buyer frenzy last month. We're expecting that to decrease a little bit. So we will go from $320,000 in 2019 to $390,700 in 2020. So all still good. We have less distressed homes on the market, and homes are selling for faster. You know, the average days on the market this year is 8 days less than last year. That's right, 55 days is the average. But I can tell you from personal experience that homes are selling extremely fast today. I think I probably had 6 contracts last month. All 6 of the contracts that I'm telling you about sold for more than the list price. More than the list price. All of them had multiple contracts. All of them sold above list price, and sometimes as high as $20,000 above the list price. All a result of this market that we have now. You know, if I were going to sum it all up, I would finish the same way I started, by saying this market is unbelievable. As a matter of fact, the gentleman named Tom Ruff that wrote the commentary on this report this month said, when we think of July in Phoenix, there's one word that comes to mind: hot. And he's right. I'll second that. Those are other records that I won't talk about. But when we think of the housing market in Phoenix for July 2020, 2 words come to mind: extremely hot. I think you will agree, after hearing some of the statistics that we just talked about, that it is an extremely hot market here in Arizona. We have low inventory. If you're thinking about selling your home, you might want to think about doing it now. This is a wonderful market. It's a great opportunity to sell your home for more money, less time, and we have buyers who are waiting right now, qualified buyers who are out there looking for homes today. So if you're thinking about selling, I hope you'll chat with me about it. Give me a shout. You can reach me at helpyoubuyaz@gmail.com, or you can call me. My number is 480-487-6387. And my information will be at the bottom of this screen. If you would like a copy of this report, I would be happy to send it to you. If you'd like to get on the mailing list for once a month when the market data is updated, I'll be happy to do that for you as well. No pressure. All you got to do is ask. I'd be happy to share all I can. I hope some of this information was valuable to you. I hope you have a wonderful day and stay safe, everybody.